Hi, everyone. It's me, Krillius, Team Racing Productions MC and producer. And joining me today is comedian Cheyenne Boozer. Welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me. Hi, how's everyone doing? Or how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I am doing great. How are you today?
Pretty good. I'm not often introduced as a comedian, but I love it because
I
that's what I'm doing.
know. Exactly. So let's actually begin with you giving the audience a brief introduction of yourself, just so everyone can know you a little bit better.
Okay, so yeah, I am a um new comedian. Basically, I've been working on film and writing for the past 10 years, and now I've decided to go on stage and tell a few jokes. I really hope to basically like become a writer for sitcoms and things of that nature,
Mm.
but for now, I'll settle for a stand up.
No problem, no problem, man. So how's that transition been like for you, stepping on the stage now? And, there's one thing with writing where you're able to write things down, you're able to change things, you have a certain level of control there where you can put that control into comedy as well on the stage, but you get immediate feedback right there on the spot, immediate response. So what's that transition been like for you?
Honestly, I love it a lot more. Like in
Mhm.
school, if you were to tell me to give a speech or write an essay, I'm like going for the speech every single time. So it's like that's the difference for me with comedy. I can say whatever comes to my head, and if it makes people laugh, I've done it. But with scripts and stuff, it's like if people don't have the same image in their mind that I was like trying to portray, I feel like a lot of things get lost in translation very easily.
I see that. I see that. I can see how that can happen. And so you've been performing now for a little while. What's the experience been like? And how, are you looking forward to doing so much more in this space?
Yeah, so I recently have been able to start my own comedy showcase here in Charlotte.
Hmm.
And I have my own weekly open mic here in Charlotte. And I have to say, Charlotte is very friendly when it comes to open mics and
Hmm.
comedians.
Hmm.
Um, I know other countries, or sorry, other cities are way more cutthroat, where it's like there's competition, there's like people being kind of rude and stuff. I think compared to all of that, Charlotte is way more welcoming to new comedians.
Hmm.
I did just start doing comedy like here locally in about June. So it's only been a couple months and I've already got my own
Wow.
show. So I think it's going very well. With
I
comedy,
love
even
that.
though, huh?
No, I was saying I love that. I love that. Go ahead, continue.
Oh, thanks. It is kind of scary at first because I was like one of the only girls doing comedy. Like
Hmm.
you go to a random showcase, it's usually all men, maybe one or two women. So it is hard to like feel confident in it. But once you've got it, like everyone's
Yeah.
very welcoming. It's
Hmm.
usually
Hmm.
people's own fear that keeps them from doing things.
Yeah. What topics are you interested in when it comes to comedy? What kind of themes do you, explore and, make fun of? And, where do you get those jokes from? What kind of things do you, pull from for your comedy sets?
So I'm really like a the type of person to pull from my personal experiences.
Hmm.
So I usually talk about dating topics, what it's like to be a woman on social media, stuff like that. I also go into mental health because I went to school for psychology and I have
Hmm.
depression and anxiety. And I also talk about my parents.
Hmm.
So I'm more of a personal comedian,
Hmm.
whereas some of my favorite comedians usually talk about what's happening in the world, but there's just so many events, there's too much
Yeah,
happening in
there's
this
a lot.
world.
There's always something. There is a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I like that you brought up mental health and you talk about that because I know for a lot of people, comedy, it's a great outlet, especially, kind of dealing with certain things, kind of understanding yourself. It's a kind of a way of how to understand the world, how to understand people, and to use those perspectives and turn it on its head,
Mhm.
and, make fun of it. And how has that outlet been like for you when it comes to depression and anxiety? How has comedy helped you with any of that?
Honestly, like it helps me with that expression of
Hmm.
myself because there's a lot of things like in your childhood that some people will repress or like have nightmares about because they never talk about them. But ever
Yeah.
since I started telling some of the like kind of horrific things that happened to me as a kid as
Hmm.
jokes, it feels
Mm.
like almost not that I'm separating it, but that I'm inviting people in to what I've been through. And so it doesn't
Hmm.
feel as heavy. Like I feel
Yes.
so much lighter.
Therapeutic, even. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So it's definitely helped
Wow.
me with
Great.
like
And you
coping
bring the
with things.
listeners on a journey, the audience on a journey. I really love that. I really appreciate that. So you said you want to get into sitcom writing, and you mentioned before that you've done, quite a lot of writing before. And what have you written before?
Oh gosh. So I started writing like in elementary school,
Mm-hmm.
like I started doing those little romance novels, boy
Mm-hmm.
meets girl, all that jazz. And then in middle school, I did more creative writing.
Mm-hmm.
High school, I did more news reporting. College, I did more
Mm-hmm.
news reporting.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I'm trying to do like screenwriting.
Yeah, yeah.
The problem is always that I hate writing. I hate physically I hate physically typing. I hate having to do grammar.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like a lot of
Yeah.
comedians will have a few scripts that they can shop
Mm-hmm.
around, and
Yeah.
I'm just like relying on stage presence.
Well, I wish for you, continued success here on the stage, and to see that sitcom script come through soon. So,
Thank you.
how can people find out more about you, keep up with you, and come out to your comedy shows? Let's do some shameless plugging here. So let's
You
start
know,
out with all
as
of
much
that.
as I love a shameless plug, I do have to like, be a good person and
Mhm.
ask you a little question.
Oh,
How are
go
you?
ahead.
How's Team Racine? What's going on there?
Well, team racing is great. We just had our Ask Racing show series finale. Everybody check that out on askracine.com. Go ahead and check it out. And so that's really, really big, a monumental thing for Team Racine. And we are just continuing here on our channel with so many more things to come out, so many more things to do, live events, of course, still continuing, and even bigger and better things for the entire team and Racing Pendarvis altogether. So I'm really, really excited for all the things that we have coming on. And listen, hopefully when we start doing live things, we can have Cheyenne, on our stage, just having everyone laugh and crack up and getting their best lives and their best time. So I love that. I love that. And thank you so much for asking. Not many of our guests do that. So thanks
Oh,
so
of
much.
course. I was looking through the YouTube because I got ready like 5 minutes earlier than I expected I would.
Ah, okay.
So I was like, oh, let me go back over here. Let me check out the social medias.
Hmm. Thank you.
But
Thank
yeah, I
you.
was really excited because it's like not many people reach out to me for like conversation. Um,
Mm.
Weirdly enough, now people are sending me their stand-up videos and their comedy because they want me to book them for showcases and whatnot. So I'm
Ah.
like feeling like Jay-Z over here. The people
Well,
are
see,
asking
we
for
love
stage.
it. We love it because that success is really coming in, especially, transitioning now into comedy. So it's great to see that it is going well and people are interested, and it's, growing from strength to strength to strength. So for all the people who want to get involved, how can they go about and do that?
So the best place to keep up with me is probably on my Facebook page. It's Cheyenne Comedian. Because if you follow my Twitter, it's mostly random thoughts, mostly about my
Mhm.
cats. Oh, and my Instagram, Cheyenne New. That's probably a good one. Um, and then my regular Facebook page. Actually, don't at me on my regular Facebook page because that's
Yeah.
all comedy. It's like all networking. Like I'm not going to reply to you if you come to me with
Mhm.
anything else. So definitely Instagram and my public Facebook page. That would be the best
Certainly.
places to reach me. But I also have a YouTube channel, Cheyenne New, but
Ah.
that Cheyenne New with a K, where I do wig reviews.
Ah, okay.
Yes, and little informational videos.
Awesome, awesome. Well, everyone, check that out. We're gonna have the links in the description. And if people want to catch you on the stage, of course, there's the open mic night. So talk to us about that, when and where they can catch you on the stage or anything else coming up.
Yes, so you can see me on this open mic night. I'm there every Wednesday night, Common Market at South End. If the weather's nice, we're outside. If the weather's not nice, we're by the staircase. I'm also doing a showcase December 3rd. That is it. Usually I just produce, but this time around, the people have been asking to see me, so I added myself on the show. It's at the same place, the Common Market. They've been really good to me and they've been paying some of my bills. So I love them. Come
Awesome.
support.
Awesome. Everyone, certainly go ahead and support that. Cheyenne, thank you so much for joining me here today. It's been so lovely just getting to chat with you, and I wish you so much success, on your continued comedy career. Thank you so much.
Thank you for reaching out. I enjoyed talking with you and I hope you have a great one.
Thank you. And to our viewers, thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.